Well, guys, it's finally here. We got the new Blue Eyes White Destiny structure deck. And today I am going to be showcasing not only the opening of the decks themselves, but also the profile that you can do for a budget of just the 3 structure decks. Now, sure, it's not going to be as powerful as the Primite build, obviously, but if you're really skimping on the budget, then it's the perfect thing for you. You know, like every other structure deck that we've had in recent years, you know, you get 3 of them and you have yourself a pretty decent build. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. There's not much to really tell about this because there have been several openings of this already. The thing that makes it unique is that you have the chance to pull a quarter century of some of the cards in this deck. So that's basically why I'm doing the opening and showcasing, because, you know, it's nothing too special. So the first one we have is the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, and it's not quarter century, it's just a secret, you know, which is still nice. And just pull this out, you know, as difficultly as possible, as Konami likes to do these things. So there's the deck, looks pretty nice. And just a side note, am I crazy, or is this structure deck a lot thinner and smaller than they normally are? Is that a recent thing, or is it something that they just started doing for this one? Or is it, or am I just crazy and tripping balls and they did it for like Fire Kings and the Jack Atlas structure deck? Let me know. I'm really curious because that's what the guy at the shop said, but I don't know, you know. I might do my research after this, but let me know what you guys think. And the other one is the Secret Maiden. Look at that, real nice. So far we've got, you know, the regular ones. I'm hoping to get placed at some point of each of those secrets, but you know, we'll see. I'm not gonna be kind. I'm just gonna rip it open. And open this up. And the last but not least, it's another Maiden. Oh well, you know, no quarter century, but you know, I wasn't expecting to pull it because A, I'm not that lucky, and B, I'm not a mainstream Yu-Gi tuber. You know, somehow they always tend to pull out the God packs and the crazy pulls, but that's a rant for another day. So we got these. So let's just go ahead and showcase the deck itself real quick. And if you're only here for, you know, for the deck profile, just go ahead and skip to that if you want. You know, it's up to you. So we got the New Exceeds Dragon, Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon. Really good. Spirit with Eyes of Blue. This is the thing that makes the deck super great. Maiden of White. Probably the other thing that makes this deck really good. You know, she's basically a 1-card combo. Wishes for Eyes of Blue. Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit, Neo Kaiser Seahorse. He's pretty good too, but you know, he's not needed in most of the mainstream builds. Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons, Majesty of White Dragons, and Blue Eyes White Dragon, of course. And we got the 3 different arts. Probably the most popular ones. Personally, for me, I go with the OG art, the one from the anime. That's my personal favorite, but these are also really good too. And we got alternative. Jet Dragon was also a really good reprint that, you know, the set needed. Abyss, Spirit of White, Chaos Max, and Regular Chaos. Those were huge reprints, and I weren't expecting those. White Stone of Legend, White Stone of Ancients, 3 Sages, 1 Master, 2 Dictator of D. I don't know why they do this, man. Why don't they just say Dragon? Nibiru, Ash Blossom, and 2 Effect Veilers. Insane reprints. Absolutely insane. Chaos Form, Ultimate Fusion, Melody, Mausoleum, Burst Stream of Destruction, 2 Trade-ins, Call by the Grave, True Light, Ultimate Creature of Destruction, Destiny Rival, Infinite Impermanence, another insane reprint. Blue Eyes Ultimate, Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate, Twin Burst, Tyrant Dragon, Blue Eyes Spirit, Azure Eyes, and Heavenly Spheres. This is actually a really good reprint. And a bunch of junk that, we don't need. Alright, that was it for the opening, so let's go ahead and just jump right into the deck profile. Alright, here we are with the deck profile. Like I said before, this is a deck that you can utilize with just 3 structure deck and a low budget. If you have room in your budget for some alternatives and generic stuff like Cross-Oak Designator, the talent cards, and anything for the extra deck, feel free to go for that. But like I said, this is just the 3 structure deck and the cards that come in it. Normally Scott the Fanatic would take care of this stuff, but since he's no longer part of the channel, I thought it'd be appropriate if I took the reins for it. So Scott, if you're watching, I hope I do you proud.
Ugh. The hell was that? Was it dust or some anime bullshit?
So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. For the deck profile, we are going to start out with the obvious Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's a Blue Eyes deck, so you obviously got to have Blue Eyes. With how consistent this deck has become from, Brick Eyes as it normally was, you wanted to run 3, but now you are able to only run 2. If you're a purist and want to go 3, you can go for that. I just recommend, adding in the melodies or the trade-ins just to, fully utilize the all 3 copies that you have. And now the next part is 3 Maiden of White. Possibly the best card in this entire deck and what makes Blue Eyes on the map again. She is a level 1 spellcaster tuner. And with an effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, hand or field to the graveyard, to place 1 true light from your hand, deck, or graveyard into your spell and trap zone. That in of itself is basically worth playing at 3, hands down. And if while this card is in the graveyard, you special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Except during the damage step, you can special summon her, and when an effect that targets her, or if she's targeted for an attack, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or level 1 Light Tuner monster from your graveyard. Absolutely busted. More so for her True Light effect, to get it onto the field as quickly as possible. So yeah, run 3, no less. Then we're also running 3 Neo Kaiser Seahorse. Basically, if you control Blue Eyes, you can special summon from your hand. And then if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster or monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the graveyard. Basically a Foolish Burial for your Blue Eyes White Dragon because you want him in the graveyard. But you mainly use him as link fodder for their link 1 monster. Now off into the other ones, 3 Sage of Eyes of Blue. Normal summon, you can search a level 1 spellcaster monster, or just 1 level 1 light tuner monster, sorry, not spellcaster, from your deck to your graveyard. So you basically search out your Maiden, your Master with Eyes of Blue, or Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is searchable in this deck, go figure. And then obviously 1 Master with Eyes of Blue. When this card is normal summon, you can target 1 level 1 light tuner monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Basically the same as Sage, only it's from the graveyard. And then you can shuffle this. Card from your graveyard into the deck. Then target 1 effect monster that you control and send it to the graveyard. And if you do, special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard. Like I said, in this deck, Blue Eyes likes to be in the graveyard, so you get effects off like this. But you can also, you mainly utilize this effect for Maiden's other effect, and basically go off from there. And then we have 2 Dictator of D's. If you control a Blue Eyes monster, while you control a Blue Eyes monster, you can choose the attack target, but that's not important. What is important is that you can send 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or deck to the graveyard to special summon him out. And then you can discard 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or card that mentions it to target a Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Good to keep him on. Good stuff to keep him on the board, but like I said, it's mainly fodder for the Link 1 monster. Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. It's Jet Dragon, Destruction Protection. bouncing effect, and easy to get him out. What more can you want? And then one Stone of Ancients. You know, it's basically fodder to get out the Link one, which we'll get into in a minute. And then the hand traps, 3 Ash Blossom because it's Ash Blossom, 3 Effect Veiler because it's Effect Veiler, it's not once per turn, and it's searchable. What more can you love? And 3 Nibiru. I'm actually thinking of putting this down to 2. I did open multiples of it during gameplay, but, you know, you feel free to utilize whatever you want. And then off into the spell cards, we have 3 Whispers, 4 Eyes of Blue. This is the best spell card in the deck. This basically it replaces Melody hands down. Discard 1 card, add 1 level 1 light tuner, and 1 spellcaster that mentions Blue Eyes White. Sorry, not spellcaster. 1 spell or trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, except itself. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard to target 1 Blue Eyes monster. That a Blue Eyes White Dragon that you control. Equip 1 Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck to it, and it gains 400 attack. That'll become important when we get into the extra deck in just a moment. Yeah, this is basically a break-even deck, and basically search out cards that you want. It's absolutely broken, and it can be set with True Light, which is why True Light is really important with Maiden. And then 3 Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. Normally we only want to have this at 1, but since we're only utilizing cards from the structure deck, you know, we kind of have no choice but to play it at 3. Basically, it's a special summon of a Blue Eyes monster straight from the deck. Absolutely good for field presence. Ultimate Fusion to go into your fusion monsters. Mausoleum of White because it's actually good now since it's searchable. Burst Stream of Destruction because it's searchable with Mausoleum. And then 1 Call by the Grave because it's Call by the Grave. We hate hand traps, so we love Call by the Grave. Off into the traps, 3 Infinite Impermanence. It's imperm, it's a literal hand trap. What more do you want? True Light, it's, you know, True Light. You only need to run 1 because it is searchable, or I should say settable, through directly with Maiden. You don't need more than 1. And then 1 Majesty of the White Dragons. Basically a field pop. You know. And that's it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck real quick. 1 Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. Unaffected by traps. If you go up against a trap-heavy deck, this is your out. Being able to attack all your opponent's monsters, absolutely broken. And being able to reset your trap cards, aka Infinite Impermanence, is absolutely busted. 1 Blue Eyes Twin Burst. Not necessary with Ultimate Fusion. It's a contact fusion card, and it's good to get over, pesky monsters that you just can't beat over. And then 1 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This is the card that you'll be equipping with the spell card, Whispers. Because while it's basically the combo is that you use it to equip it, and then you synchro away with your Blue Eyes to get him in the graveyard. Because while he's in the graveyard, he's target protection. You know, to basically protect your spirit from being targeted. And then the real MVP of the extra deck, I guess I should say second MVP, is Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Basically, its materials are 1 level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster monster, which is why we run, Dictator, Stone, and so forth. And then when it is its text is really small. You cannot special summon except for dragon monsters. It's not a problem. And then if this card is link summoned, you basically search out Mausoleum of White, and then you can tribute itself to special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard. It's absolutely busted. But you only need to run 2. You could bump it up to 3 if you want, but it's not necessary. The real MVP of the extra deck is Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. This card has been and always will be a busted card. It is the sole reason why Blue Eyes won won Worlds back when Burning Abyss and Pendulums were running rampant everywhere, because it was the answer to all of those decks. Basically, the reason why it got as far as it did, it was because of this card. I will always be an advocate for this card. I love it. It's broken, and you can't go wrong with it. And its effects are not once per turn. So if you have multiples out, you can get multiple effects out. Basically, it prevents your opponent from summoning 2 or more monsters at once. It negates graveyard effects, and then it's a quick effect. Tap out to special summon a what exactly was a light dragon synchro monster from your extra deck, except another copy of itself, aka Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, your Omni negate of the deck. Basically, in a nutshell, it's an Omni negate for any card on the field, and when it's destroyed, basically off of Spirit Dragon's effect, basically you can special summon another Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon from your graveyard. So basically, you use his effect, get out Ultimate Spirit during your opponent's turn, use its effect to negate, and if it's still on board, if it's destroyed during the end phase because of Spirit's effect, you use its graveyard effect to get out Spirit so you can utilize its effects again. Absolutely insane. And then 2 Heavenly Spheres, because, Heavenly Spheres is really broken, and it's, why wouldn't you want to run it? As far as the rest of the extra deck, 1 Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, not necessarily a Blue Eyes card by name, but who are we kidding? It's a Blue Eyes card. Who are we kidding? And then 1 Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon. You're probably never going to go into this, but it's always good to have a backup plan. And that is it for the deck profile, guys. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell down below for notifications. And don't worry, I do have plans to make a full-on competitive Blue Eyes deck. I just need to get the cards. I have to order them, and I just have to wait for them to get here. So, sadly, it might take a couple weeks for you guys to see one from me, but it is in the works, I promise you. Until then, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down below for notifications, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.